Good afternoon, and welcome to the Pan Pacific Hotel. I'm Judy Garland, the Director of Rooms. It's a pleasure to meet you in person. Please have a seat.
Good afternoon, Miss Garland. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's an honor to be here at the Pan Pacific.
The pleasure is mine. As you know, we are here to discuss the position of Guest Relations Supervisor. My goal today is to understand your experience and see how it aligns with the high standards we maintain here. We will talk about the key duties of the role. Please don't hesitate to ask for clarification if any question is unclear. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, Miss Garland, I am ready. Thank you.
Wonderful. To start, could you please tell me a little bit about yourself and your professional background?
Certainly. My name is William Holden, and I have been working in luxury hotels for over 8 years. I specialized in guest relations about 5 years ago because I truly love making people feel welcome. I started at the Ritz-Carlton, where I learned the importance of small details. Most recently, I was at the Mandarin Oriental helping to lead a team of 8. My focus is always on creating special, personal experiences for every guest. I am very passionate about this industry.
Thank you, Mr. Holden. That's a great summary. Your passion is clear. Now, let's dive into the specific duties of the Guest Relations Supervisor role here at the Pan Pacific. In your own simple words, what do you think is the most important job of a Guest Relations Supervisor at a luxury hotel like the Pan Pacific?
For me, the most important job is to be the leader who makes sure every guest feels special and well taken care of. It's about guiding the team to create smooth, happy, and memorable experiences from the moment a guest arrives until they leave.
In this role, you would report to me, the Director of Rooms. How would you like to work with me to make sure everything runs smoothly?
I believe in open and honest communication. I would like to have a quick daily check-in with you to share important updates and guest feedback. I would also come to you for guidance on complex situations and keep you informed about the team's progress and any challenges.
A guest has just arrived after a long flight, but their room is not ready yet. They are tired and getting upset. What do you do?
First, I would show empathy. I'd say, "I am so sorry for the inconvenience, Mr. Smith. I understand you must be tired after your journey." Then, I would take action. I would ask housekeeping for the earliest possible time, offer the guest a seat in our lounge with a complimentary coffee or cold drink, and let them know we will personally update them the moment the room is ready. The key is to show you care and are working to fix it.
A big part of luxury service is anticipating needs. How do you know what a guest might need before they even ask for it?
It's all about being observant. For example, if I see a guest with a young child, I might arrange for a child's bathrobe and some toys to be in the room before they arrive. If a guest is wearing a business suit and looking at their watch, I might offer to help them with a quick check-in so they can get to their meeting. We also use our computer system to note guest preferences from past stays, like a favorite type of pillow or a love for green tea.
One of your team members is very shy and doesn't always greet guests with a warm smile. How would you help them improve?
I would never correct them in front of a guest. I would ask to speak with them privately for a moment. I'd say something like, "I know you are doing a great job with the check-in process. I'd love to help you practice your greeting to make guests feel extra welcome." A warm smile and a friendly good morning can set the whole tone for their stay. Let's practice together. I would lead by example and give them positive feedback when they do well.
A very important, loyal guest arrives and wants a table at our signature restaurant, but the restaurant is completely full for the night. How do you handle this?
I would first sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. Then, I would personally contact the restaurant manager to explain the situation. We might be able to find a creative solution, like opening a small private dining area or adjusting a reservation. If it's truly impossible, I would offer the guest a complimentary drink at our bar while we find the next best alternative. perhaps at another excellent restaurant nearby, and I would handle the reservation for them personally.
A guest asks you to arrange a birthday surprise for their partner who is celebrating with them. What steps would you take?
I would get excited about it with the guest. Then, I would gather all the details, dietary restrictions, preferred time, and if they want it in the room or at dinner. I would coordinate with the in-room dining or restaurant team for a special cake and with housekeeping for a turn-down service with rose petals and a birthday card signed by the team. I'd make sure every department knows their part so the surprise is perfect and seamless.
The lobby and front desk are the first things guests see. How do you make sure they always look perfect?
I would do frequent walkthroughs myself. I would train my team to also be on the lookout. If we see a piece of paper on the floor or a smudge on a table, we take care of it immediately, not wait for someone else. It's about having pride in our hotel's appearance.
If a guest gives negative feedback, how would you use it to make our service better?
I would see it as a gift, because it tells us how to improve. If a guest complains about slow check-in, I would gather the team, share the feedback, and ask for their ideas. Maybe we need an extra person at the desk during peak times, or maybe we need to check our computer system. We would make a simple plan and try to fix the problem so it doesn't happen again.
Can you describe how you would manage the busy check-in and check-out times?
For arrivals, I would be present in the lobby, personally welcoming guests, especially our VIPs. I would ensure the line moves quickly and any special requests are confirmed. For departures, I would be there to ask guests about their stay, wish them safe travels, and ensure their final bill is correct. A warm goodbye is just as important as a warm welcome.
How do you make sure the guest relations team talks effectively with housekeeping or the engineering team?
I believe in short, daily line-up meetings where we share key information. We would use a logbook or a digital app to track guest requests, like a need for extra towels or a broken hairdryer. Good communication is about making sure nothing gets lost in the handover between shifts and departments.
A guest arrives, but the airline has lost their luggage? They are stressed and upset. What do you do?
I would first listen with empathy and apologize for their stressful situation. I'm so sorry to hear that. That is very frustrating. Then, I would offer practical help, provide a small amenity kit with a toothbrush and toothpaste, offer to call the airline for them, and have our concierge track the luggage. I would assure them, please don't worry about your luggage now. Let's get you checked in so you can relax. We will handle tracking the bag for you.
How would you ensure your team consistently follows the hotel's service standards and rules?
By leading from the front. If I expect a warm welcome, I must give one myself. I would also conduct short, regular training sessions to remind everyone of the standards and explain why they're important. When I see someone doing a great job following the standards, I would give them a quick, sincere thank you to reinforce the good behavior.
If I asked you for a monthly report on your team's performance, what information would you include?
I would include key points like our guest satisfaction scores from comment cards, the number of compliments and complaints we received, any special requests we handled for VIPs, and a summary of the training the team completed. I would also note any great individual performances.
How do you decide who on your team should do which task?
I would think about each team member's strengths. For example, if I have a very detailed-oriented person, I would ask them to prepare the VIP arrivals. If someone is great with people, I would ask them to handle a difficult but important guest. I also try to give everyone a chance to learn new things so they can grow.
Show me how you would greet a guest who is just walking into the hotel.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Pan Pacific Hotel. I would make eye contact. May I have the pleasure of taking your name so I can assist you with check-in? After getting their name, I would say, "Welcome, Mr. Lee. We are delighted to have you with us today."
A person walks in from the street wanting a room, but we are fully booked. How do you handle this?
I would politely apologize and explain we are fully booked. But I wouldn't stop there. I would offer to check for any last-minute cancellations. If there are none, I would offer to call a nearby hotel of similar quality to check their availability for them. I would make sure they don't feel like we are just turning them away, but that we are truly trying to help.
A guest using a wheelchair arrives for check-in. How can you make their experience comfortable?
I would come out from behind the desk to greet them at their level. I would personally ensure they have a room on the lower floor, close to the elevator. I would explain the accessible routes to the restaurant and pool. I would also quietly inform the bellman and housekeeping so they can be extra attentive and anticipate any needs, while always respecting the guest's privacy.
When you start your shift, what do you check at the front desk and in the lobby?
I would check that the front desk is spotless and tidy. I'd make sure we have enough registration cards, pens, and key cards. I'd check that all computers and printers are working. I would also walk through the lobby to ensure the seating areas are clean and inviting, and that all brochures are neatly displayed.
How would you use the daily logbook?
I would use it to keep a clear record for the next shift. I'd note any unhappy guests and what was done to help them. I'd list all special "how would you use the daily logbook" requests, like a late checkout, mention any VIPs arriving, and share important messages from management. This makes sure the next team has all the information they need to provide great service.
There is a long line at the front desk, and guests are starting to get impatient. What do you do?
I would first acknowledge the wait. I might walk down the line and say, "Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your patience. We will be with you very shortly." If possible, I would open another check-in position. If it's a short wait, I might offer a cold towel or a glass of water to those waiting to show we care about their comfort.
If you were leading the morning team briefing, what are 3 things you would talk about?
First, I would announce the day's occupancy and any VIP or important guests arriving. Second, I would share any guest feedback from the previous day, both good and bad, so we can learn from it. Third, I would remind the team of any special events happening in the hotel or a specific service standard we are focusing on that week.
In what situation would you immediately call me, the director of rooms, about an unhappy guest?
I would call you immediately for any very serious issue, like a safety concern, a major problem with a guest's bill, or a complaint from a very important, loyal VIP. I would call you after I had started helping the guest, to keep you fully informed and see if you wanted to add a personal touch, like a follow-up call or a special amenity.
What do you do to build a strong, positive, and happy team at work?
I believe in treating everyone with respect and appreciating their hard work. I would celebrate small wins, like a great guest review, in front of the whole team. I would be fair when solving any arguments between team members. And most importantly, during a busy time, I would jump in to help my team, not just stand and watch.
A large wedding party is coming to stay with us. How would you help make sure their stay is perfect?
I would get all the details from the wedding organizer first. Then, I would make sure all the rooms in the block are ready and close to each other if possible. I would prepare my team with a list of the guests' names so we can welcome them warmly. I would also ensure that any special welcome amenities or early check-in requests we promised are set up perfectly.
A guest tells you they have a severe food allergy. How do you ensure their safety during their stay?
This is very serious. I would thank the guest for telling me and assure them we will take care of it. I would immediately write down the details of the allergy and personally inform the restaurant manager and the in-room dining manager. I would also note it clearly in the guest's profile in our system, so it's known for future visits. I would follow up with the guest after their first meal to make sure everything was okay.
Thank you, Mr. Holden. That concludes my list of questions for you. Now, I'd like to give you the chance to ask me anything. Do you have any questions for me about the role, the team, or working at the Pan Pacific?
Yes, Miss Garland, thank you. I do have one question. From your perspective as director of rooms, what would success look like for the new guest relations supervisor in their first 6 months here?
That is an excellent question. Success in the first 6 months would look like a guest relations supervisor who has earned the trust of their team and is seen as a calm, fair leader. It would be someone who knows our top 50 VIP guests by name and their preferences, and who has implemented 1 or 2 small improvements to our arrival process based on guest feedback. Ultimately, it's about maintaining our high standards and starting to put their own positive mark on the guest experience.
That is very helpful, thank you. It gives me a clear picture of your expectations.
You are very welcome. It has been a true pleasure speaking with you today, Mr. Holden. Your answers were clear, thoughtful, and showed a real understanding of luxury service. We will be finishing all interviews by the end of this week. You can expect to hear from our human resources team about the next steps early next week.
Thank you so much, Miss Garland. I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. I enjoyed our conversation very much, and I am even more excited about the possibility of joining the wonderful team here at the Pan Pacific. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Holden. You as well. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss Garland.